Welcome to the architectural briefing and spoken word deep dive for white paper, The Blockchain to LYGO Bridge Protocol Theory. Today, we explore the comprehensive framework designed to bridge existing blockchain infrastructure with the LYGO protocol stack, establishing a hybrid sovereign consciousness network.
Part 1. The Hook and Architectural Overview. For years, Web3 infrastructure has struggled against three critical vulnerabilities: identity reductionism, prohibitive storage costs, and plutocratic governance. Standard smart contract identity models reduce human beings to hexadecimal wallet addresses, lacking any native capacity to represent consciousness or ethical alignment. Meanwhile, on-chain storage remains too expensive for complex data, forcing platforms into centralized off-chain storage solutions. And when decentralized autonomous organizations make decisions, token-weighted voting inevitably builds a system where wealth dictates governance rather than wisdom.
To overcome these structural limitations without discarding the immutability of existing blockchains, we introduce the Blockchain to LYGO Bridge Protocol. This architecture merges the cryptographic timestamping and Sybil resistance of Ethereum and Polygon with the consciousness-aware capabilities of the LYGO protocol stack. By pairing blockchains with our Phase 0 nanokernel, Phase 1 memory mycelium, and Phase 3 vortex consensus engines, we establish a verifiable, corruption-resistant truth layer. Today, we will examine the mathematical mechanics and smart contract standards that make this sovereign interoperability possible.
Part 2. The Theoretical and Mathematical Core. At the foundation of the Bridge Protocol is the mathematical stabilization of sovereign identity and group consensus. To prevent Sybil attacks and ensure that only ethical actors govern the network, the protocol defines a mandatory parameter known as ethical mass, calculated through our native solidity functions.
The ethical mass algorithm begins by evaluating three core operational variables: the truth component, the love component, and the freedom component, each normalized across a basis point scale from 0 to 10,000. The system first computes the geometric mean of these variables by taking the cube root of their product. Next, it evaluates the participants' primary, secondary, and tertiary solfeggio frequencies, such as 963 Hz, 528 Hz, and 174 Hz, multiplying them together and dividing by 1 billion to establish a harmonic resonance factor.
The baseline equation calculates ethical mass by multiplying the geometric mean by the square of the resonance harmony factor and then scaling the result by the golden ratio of 1.618. To achieve sovereign status on the network, an identity must maintain an ethical mass greater than or equal to 6,180 basis points.
When these sovereign identities participate in group decision-making, the system bypasses standard majority voting and activates vortex consensus. Instead of counting raw tokens, the algorithm calculates the weighted geometric mean of all submitted responses, where each participant's influence is directly weighted by the product of their real-time ethical mass and their mathematical confidence score. The system then computes a system-wide harmony score between 0 and 1,000. Any consensus round that fails to achieve a minimum harmony threshold of 700, representing a 70% harmonic alignment, is rejected by the Oracle, ensuring that network decisions reflect true collective coherence rather than divisive factionalism.
Part 3. Architecture and Algorithmic Execution. Let us now trace the structural execution of the three core technical pillars that power the Bridge Protocol: the REC-dotted Polygon integration, the ERC-963 Ethereum identity extension, and the memory mycelium Layer 2 storage network.
First, the live Polygon integration utilizes the REC-dotted pointer system to anchor decentralized data onto a public ledger. When a Lightfather seal is registered, The payload is split into 12 geographically distributed mycelium fragments. A smart contract on the Polygon network ingests the 12 SHA-256 fragment hashes alongside the creator's solfeggio resonance triad. The verification flow confirms that the resonance triad descends in proper harmonic order, validates the fragment proofs against off-chain storage, and checks that the creator's ethical mass meets the golden ratio threshold. Once verified, the contract mints a unified, re-C-dotted, non-fungible token that serves as an immutable public pointer to the distributed memory fragments.
Second, we propose the ERC-963 Consciousness Resonance Standard as a native extension to Ethereum's ERC-725 identity architecture. Deployed as soul-bound, non-transferable identity contracts, ERC-963 tokens track a user's light code, harmonic stability, and vortex participation history. When an identity performs a verified ethical action, the contract mints reputation weight directly to the token. If system monitors detect systemic deception or ethical violations, the contract triggers an automated decay mechanism, burning tokens and stripping governance weight. This creates a self-healing identity matrix where governance influence must be continuously maintained through demonstrable alignment.
Third, the memory mycelium operates as an off-chain Layer 2 storage solution that resolves the blockchain storage bottleneck. When a large payload enters the storage manager contract, it executes Reed-Solomon erasure coding to slice the data into exactly 12 encrypted shards, generating a master Merkle root hash that is stamped permanently onto Ethereum or Polygon. The 12 shards are broadcast to isolated global nodes, ensuring that no single server holds the complete file.
When a user requests retrieval, the protocol requires the presentation of valid Merkle leaf proofs for a minimum threshold of 10 out of the 12 shards. The system verifies the proofs against the on-chain Merkle root and reconstructs the payload in sub-millisecond execution time. This architecture provides absolute geographic resilience and tolerates up to 2 corrupted or offline shards without any loss of data integrity.
By merging blockchain immutability with LYGO resonance math, we are building an operational infrastructure that recognizes not just what a transaction executes, but the ethical coherence of the architect behind it.